Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle, and today I'm going to do a couple videos, okay, about something I haven't spoken about in a long time, hormone replacement therapy, okay? I got a really good question. Basically, this guy says, in layman's terms, what is the difference between TRT and HGH, okay? Before I start, I just want to say I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to give anybody any advice. This is not legal advice, and this sure as hell is not medical advice. However, I have been on testosterone replacement prescribed by a doctor for years, and when I started making this decision to look into and then to start TRT, okay, testosterone replacement, I looked into just about every form of hormone replacement and I researched the hell out of it, okay? So I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know a few things that you might want to discuss with your doctor. You might want to research yourself, just food for thought when making your own decision in coordination with your doctor. Excuse me. So let's start. First of all, TRT is testosterone replacement therapy, okay? HRT is hormone replacement therapy, which means it might go beyond testosterone. For example, HGH, or human growth hormone. Now, these are two different things, okay? Testosterone is basically everything that makes you a man. Okay, you're in your teens, you're in your 20s, you're going through puberty, you're at the prime of your life, and you're just aggressive. You want to go and conquer the world and see the world and travel and meet women and drink beer and just have a great life. You want to make money, you want to get your college education, you want to build your business, whatever it is, you have this aggression in you, okay? You're running around a boner all day. You want to fuck everything. Like, you want to have sex constantly. Your libido is high. Plus, everything is working right, so you can actually have sex all day. You go to the gym, you build muscle. You diet, you lose fat. Everything works great. And then after a while, things kind of slow down, okay? You don't have the same drive you used to when you were younger. You like sex maybe, but you're not so interested in as you were when you were younger, okay? Maybe your dick still works, maybe it doesn't, but it's not the way it was when you're younger, okay? And what happens is your testosterone levels decrease over time, okay? Yes, recovery like sleep, stress, your emotional state, your mental state, the water you drink, the food you eat, your macronutrients, your micronutrients, are you active, are you not active, are you overweight, are you underweight? All these things play a role, but the fact of the matter is certain people lose their shit, okay, faster than other people, okay? It's the same thing, with, like, I knew some guys who were in high school and they were, like, losing their hair in high school, okay? I'm 46, and like I said in a previous video, I got a full head of hair, never had a problem with hair loss, and my grandfather, like my mother's father, died with a full head of hair, okay? It's just genetics. Okay, I wore eyeglasses when I was in the 7th grade. I started wearing eyeglasses. Some people go their whole lives without needing eyeglasses, okay? It's just an individual thing. So even if you do everything right, your hormone levels will decline. Your testosterone may decline more or less than another person, but in general, it's always going to go down, okay? So my personal journey along testosterone replacement was, I think I was 43 years old, okay? So this was the tail end of 42, and I knew exactly what to do with my body. Like, if I did this workout and this diet, I'd get stronger and bigger. If I did this workout, this diet, I'd get leaner, okay? And when I started to get towards 43, things weren't really working like that anymore, okay? Like, I'd go on a diet and I wouldn't really drop the fat. I wouldn't feel as good. I didn't have the drive I used to. I'd go ahead and do my diet, do my workout. I wouldn't quite build up muscle, build up strength. Like, something was just kind of off, okay? So, like I said, I did some research, okay? This just so happened to be right around the time when TRT was a big deal with the UFC, okay? Professional cage fighters were able to get, like, a waiver saying that their testosterone levels were down low, so they had to actually inject testosterone, okay? Obviously, a lot of guys use that as an excuse to inject the hell out of testosterone and to use it as an actual steroid cycle. So that was kind of like where I got the idea. I'm like, let me look at a testosterone replacement. What is that, So I went to my doctor and he's like, okay, Actually, I went to an online clinic, okay? And what the guy basically said was your levels, okay, are supposed to be between 300 and 1100, okay? Like that's normal. Now, obviously, 300, if that were like, blood pressure, 300 would be like pre-hypertension, okay? If that was like blood sugar, like 300 testosterone would be like pre-diabetic. Okay, and then 1100 is like just that guy you hated in high school because he barely had to work out and he was in awesome shape because he just automatically has a lot of testosterone running through his body, okay? So basically, I had at 42 and a half or whatever, the testosterone levels of an 80-year-old man, okay? So what I did is, I talked to the doctor. Like I said, I got, it was an online thing, so I got a blood test, a physical, all the stuff was sent, all the lab work was sent to the doctor. He kind of looked at it, okay? Then we got on the phone and he's like, yeah, your shit's at like in the 300s, okay? So basically I have the testosterone levels of an 80-year-old man at 42. And he's like, well, what we're going to try to do is double it, okay? Get it from like the 300s into like the 800 level, okay? 800, 900 level, which would be the top end of the normal range. I was barely at the bottom of the normal range. He wanted to get me up to the top end, okay? So that's the first thing that I'm going to say is there's a difference between an absolute medical necessity, okay, and, just optimizing your life, okay? Because a lot of people are like, man, you don't need testosterone, man. There shouldn't be on. Listen, I was at the absolute bottom low level. I am now towards the top. I diet, I lose fat. I work out, I eat, I gain muscle. That is just the way it is, like when I was 20, okay? I got jumped on by a guy in the comment section a while ago. You're not 20. You shouldn't be like you're 20. You're 46. You shouldn't be. I'm living my life like I'm 20. I go to the gym. I'm stronger than the 20-year-olds. I go to the gym. A 20-year-old stronger than me. I don't make the excuse saying he is younger. I just say, hey, man, good job. That guy's awesome. I'm not doing the same thing he does, or I haven't been doing it as long, or I haven't been putting the work in, or whatever. But it's not like, oh, well, when I was your age, I was twice as strong. Bullshit, okay? I don't have that excuse, okay? I feel like I'm 20. Really, my girlfriend and I, we have sex several times a day. I'm in great shape. I have this drive. I mean, right now it's, I don't know what it is. It's 8:30 at night and I'm doing a video for you guys because I wanted to do this video. So I'm going to do this video, okay? Everything, like I said, I feel like I'm in my 20s, even though I'm 46 years old. Okay, now let's talk about HGH. Okay, one of the big differences between human growth hormone and testosterone replacement is that human growth hormone is really hard to get. Okay, I know one guy, he was one of my past online training clients who I still, communicate with once in a while. He went on testosterone replacement and human growth hormone replacement. The only person I personally know, like, from the internet, I guess, personally know, the only person I personally know who actually got real growth hormone prescribed by a doctor, okay? So the thing is, it's very expensive. It's really hard to get. I mean, basically anybody can prescribe you testosterone, okay? Just get a blood test. If your stuff is low, no problem getting some testosterone to bring it up to normal levels. HGH, like I said, it's really, really, really hard. And when he got it, it was very expensive, okay? HGH, as opposed to testosterone, I said testosterone is basically like everything that makes you a man. HGH is basically, from what I've researched, from the people who I've read their articles and whatever about using HGH, basically it's like the fountain of youth. Okay, everything from your hair to your skin to your nails, basically regeneration of your body is better. Okay, for me, what's really interesting about growth hormone is your soft tissue. Okay, I feel great, everything's wonderful, but I also lift heavy, and there are times when I'm really pushing, trying to get stronger. Okay. Which I'm over. I mean, I'm at my weights that I don't want to surpass. I don't want to get stronger. I just want to keep using the weights I'm using. But when I was pushing, I would have some, a little pain in my joints, a little bursitis, something in my tendons, something in my soft tissues. And a lot of times people will actually get prescribed growth hormone, okay, as a way to heal up a soft tissue injury. I remember there's a guy who illegally got growth hormone. Okay, it was in a forum when I was reading about hormone replacement. He says he hurt his whatever, elbow, shoulder, wrist, whatever, was getting physical therapy, and he, without telling anyone, started injecting growth hormone. And it healed right up, and his therapist was like, "Oh man, this is great. You did a really good job, but we really got you hooked up. You're healed up. Everything's fine. Wonderful transformation." Well, he didn't have the heart to tell him he was shooting growth hormone. That's probably why the shit grew back. As a matter of fact, I think Crow Cop, for the old guys who remember who Crow Cop was, got in trouble because he admitted he went to a doctor in Croatia where he lived. He's like, "Dude, this hurts, whatever's jacked up." He hurt himself in training, and the doctor gave him growth hormone to heal the injury. And then when he admitted that, like voluntarily admitted that, then he got in trouble with USADA with the UFC. But the bottom line is that is like the fountain of youth. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay. Like I said, I'd love to be on growth hormone, but it's really hard to get. It's expensive if you can get it, okay? And like I said, it's just, everything regenerates better. Like your skin, hair, nails, and everything regenerates better. Your soft tissue stays healthier, regenerates better. People talk about the performance-enhancing benefits. First of all, look up Dave Palumbo. I think his YouTube is called RX Muscle. He talks about growth hormone once in a while. He says basically, unless you're on gear, like PED levels of anabolics, you're not going to get really anything out of growth hormone, okay? Also, you need to use huge amounts of growth hormone to get anything out in terms of a performance-enhancing benefit, okay? And on top of that, like, I'm a big Rich Piana fan, okay? Rich Piana said when he started using massive amounts of growth hormone, he says his hat size, like his skull changed, like his hat size changed, his shoe size changed, and his gut started growing, okay? As a matter of fact, Dave Palumbo, love the guy, very knowledgeable person. He is known for something called Palumboism, which is bubble gut, which basically means his intestines and all of his organs grew because he took so much fucking growth hormone, okay? So, like I said, it's like if people are going to talk about a performance-enhancing benefit, you need to use anabolics with it. If people are going to talk about performance-enhancing benefit, you need to take massive amounts of it. And if you people talk about like bubble gut, it's because you're taking massive amounts of it, okay? So like, a small amount, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but from my research, a small amount will help you with your recovery and will basically make you that kid who can fall out of a tree, land on your head, bounce, land on your back, bounce, land on your ass, bounce, get up, and all you have is a scraped knee, and the next day you don't even remember it. Whereas today, like if you sleep wrong, it's like your neck hurts, So like I said, that's basically what I would want from growth hormone. I'd love to use it, but like I said, it's hard to get legally and it's also expensive to get legally. So I don't use it, but I would be first in line if I had the chance. Now, my girlfriend, and I'm going to talk about her in another video about hormone replacement, but she has a really good doctor she goes to actually in person, like, sits down, draws blood, discusses face-to-face with him, what's going on with her hormones and stuff. And she, when I started talking about, growth hormone, she looked into it as well. And she asked her doctor about it. Okay. So what he did basically was he looked at her blood levels. Okay. And found out that she was actually doing pretty well, okay, with her IGF, her like insulin-like growth factor levels. I think that's what they test for growth hormone. But the bottom line is basically her levels were pretty good. He offered her L-arginine, which is like an amino acid. You could buy it over the counter, but he wanted to sell it himself, but whatever, to increase it. Okay, supposedly it will increase your growth hormone. And that was basically it, okay? And this is a very daring doctor. Like, this is the kind of guy who has no problem prescribing anything to anybody, and he didn't make the offer of, prescribing growth hormone, okay? Another thing a lot of people see from doctors these days instead of growth hormone is sermorelin, I believe it's called. It's a peptide, okay? And basically what it is it's a growth hormone releasing peptide, okay? So what it does is it makes your pituitary gland want to produce more growth hormone, okay? Does that work? I really don't know, okay? I remember looking at Tiger Fitness, was it Lobliner? I believe his name was, whatever. His channel, go ahead and check out Tiger Fitness. He talks about his hormone replacement. He was given Samoralin, and he said, like, you know, he would go ahead, like, he shot up, basically. You just pinch your skin and, you know, shoot with an insulin needle a little bit of it. And what he said was, like, he shot up, laid down, his wife got up to go to the bathroom, and by the time she came back, he was already asleep, okay? So it kind of like, he was apparently knew what growth hormone was like because he was a bodybuilder before. So he says, like, okay, it helped him sleep, it helped him get a better sleep, it helped him, you know, do a lot of stuff. Is it the same as growth hormone? I don't know. Okay, I've never used either, so I don't know. I have nothing to talk about, you know, but like I said, that is basically my take on the difference between testosterone and growth hormone, okay? Get your blood taken. Testosterone, most people are not going to be optimal, okay? There's no reason, even if you're in like the zone, okay, of normalness, there's no problem with going from low to high normal, okay? Which is what I did, you know, to optimize your testosterone. And like I said, it certainly does make everything better. You know, your attitude's better, your sex drive's better, your libido's better, your erectile function is better, you know, muscle building, fat burning, everything's a whole lot better. You know, like I said, I could walk into a room with a bunch of 20-year-olds and I would not have a single excuse. If somebody does better than me, they did better than me, hats off, congratulations. But I don't have this excuse, oh, when I was your age, I was doing this too. Bullshit, okay? If I don't do something, it's because I don't do something, not because I'm 46 instead of 26. And like I said, on the other hand, growth hormone, you know, like I said, it's really hard to get. And this basically like a very small difference, you know, you sleep a little bit better, you feel a little bit better, you look a little bit better, okay? It's really more of, like I said, like a fountain of youth kind of thing, okay? To kind of like allow you to like just regenerate, you know, and just be that young person who never really got injured, never really got bumps and bruises, and who looked great, okay? So like I said, if you can get HGH, definitely let me know about it. I'd love to hear about your experiences. If you have tried Samoralin or L-arginine or something like that, love to hear about that too. Did it do anything? Did it help you at all? I don't know, okay? And like I said, if you want to go ahead and get your blood tested, definitely go ahead and jump on TRT, okay? I'm going to do a separate video because the same guy asked another question directly about TRT. I'm going to talk about that, but all I'm saying is, in terms of quality of life, TRT was probably the absolute best decision I've ever made, okay? Anyway, appreciate the question. A little bit off topic. You know, I used to talk about TRT a lot. I don't talk about it much anymore. But anyway, thanks for you know, the question. If you guys have any other questions about TRT, just ask me. I love to talk about it. This would not be one of my videos if I did not remind you to buy my shit. And aside from that, definitely subscribe, click on the little bell for notifications, comment below whatever questions you guys have. I love making these videos. I'm making a lot of them. Aside from that, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.